So what I want to do now is show you how to use locators to edit. Now, a locator is very similar in Avid to a marker in Final Cut Pro. It's just a way to place a point in an edit or in a clip that tells you where something happens. What I've done here in this brand recording clip, which I've loaded from my bin into my source monitor, I can see it's just an audio clip because it's got this little waveformy looking thing, which means there's no video to it, it's just audio. This is my scratch narration track. I've gone through and found like my little mistakes. And I've marked a locator at the beginning and end of each one of my good takes, thereby kind of eliminating all of the mess. Now, if I want to edit this together, I don't have to have mark-ins or mark-outs in these things. I can actually use these locators. It takes a little setup, and that's why I've got my keyboard settings down here and also my command palette. If you remember, you can call up your keyboard setting by just double-clicking the keyboard name in your settings list, and you can call up the command palette with Command 3. What you need to do next is to map this little Mark Locators button right here to basically any place you want to on your keyboard or anywhere on your UI. I'm going to put it on my F8 key. That'll be easy to remember. I'm just going to click it and drag it right up to F8, and I'm done. There are a couple other locator keys I wanted to show you. I'm trying to remember exactly. They change every once in a while. Here's where you can actually add the locators themselves. If you want to put the locators on a button, we could say, okay, F5 is going to be my locator button. And also on my Move tab is where my Go to Previous Locator and Go to Next Locator are. So I'm going to just drag those here. And I'll show you how to use all 4 of those things. Remember, the locators on F5, Go to Previous Locator is F6, Go to Next Locator is F7, and Mark Locators is F8. I'll show you how to add a locator. Remember, that's F5. So just going to go.
Videos for the 6 performance bats, the DeMarini.
So there's the beginning of my edit. There's the beginning of take. So one, I could just click this little button here. That would add a locator. But also remember, I mapped it to F5. So all I have to really do is hit F5, and it adds a locator. If I want to add some information about that locator, I can. For example, I could say this is take a look. So it would be easy for me to go through these clips and find specifically, oh, that's the beginning of the take a look clip. Now, once we've done that, we want to start using these locators to do edits. The simple way to do that is I've marked basically an in and an out with these first 2 locators. If I place my timeline locator, which is this blue bar, in between them, now if I hit F8, it marks an in and an out right where those locators are, and then I can hit an overwrite button. I can go to the next one, mark into out, hit overwrite. Go to the next one, mark into out, next one. Remember, these shorter ones are probably bad takes, and the longer ones are probably the good takes. And then here, I'm going to do the same thing. There's not another locator, so it just goes to the very end of the clip. That's probably too far, but we'll do that one anyhow. And as we go back to the beginning and play this through, you'll see that
countless swings in the cage,
that the edits are all going to be pretty clean. I'll play some of the transitions.
Teams at every level swing DeMarini. DeMarini has an insane dedication.
So these are perfect edits.
Long balls. Because every player is different.
So that's a very simple explanation of how to use locators as edit points.